Hello, everybody, and welcome to the super awesome video game show here on Rage Select. I am Jeff.
I'm John.
John, this is Final Fantasy 15.
Episode douchey.
Episode douchey. Boy, you don't even know the half of it. This is the Final Fantasy where it's like now, yeah, they're finally all just a bunch of douchebags. So let's get this show on the road. This is the demo. See, I knew it was going to do that. Yeah, totally played through this. All right. You look at your blah, 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 you can read this all for yourself. Basically, what they're saying is that your main douche protagonist is the prince, and he's out on the back roads. His car is broken down. He's got his dude bros with him, and they're trying to figure out how to get the money to get it fixed. It sounds like the setup for a bad comedy movie, in all honesty.
The Hangover 4?
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, they've got the Prince of Morocco is now hanging out with the Hangover crew, and they're in crazy Czechoslovakia, or I don't know. What's a crazy place?
I don't.
Miami. Those are very different places, but yeah. So this is it. We've been how goddamn long have we been waiting for this game?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, this
couple years.
Oh, I think it's
more than that.
More than that, because it was originally announced alongside Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, but we didn't really see anything until like 13. Lightning Returns?
Well, no, it was supposed to be Versus 13, and then they had another trailer like the year after that.
Yeah,
and then Final Fantasy 13 came out, and since then, Final Fantasy 13 2 and 3 have fully been released, and this is now 15. 14 came out, the MMO.
Yeah,
but the expansion for 14 is just getting ready to come out.
Oh, a lot of Final Fantasy.
A lot of Final Fantasy. Well, you know, this comes with the demo for Type 0. Oh shit! I didn't turn on subtitles.
Uh-oh.
Well, it means that we're gonna have to go back to our namesake and
pay attention.
Pay attention for reals. Oh shit! Cloud is DMing me on Twitter. Fuck.
This guy's punk vest on.
Dude, just answer your phone already. You guys sleep in the weirdest. I mean, unless they all just passed out, like after doing Jaeger bombs, that seems like a really weird way to sleep.
Maybe they did pass out doing Jaeger bombs.
Yeah, okay, I could, or that.
They look like the type of guys that'd be like Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, you're right. Sake bomb. No, I want a sake bomb. Sake bomb. I want an Irish car bomb. I want an Irish car bomb. Irish car bomb. Irish car bombs. 4 Irish car bombs.
Orange whip. Orange whip.
Orange whip. Yeah, that's right.
3 orange whips.
If only somebody hadn't wrecked the car. God, unbelievable.
Hit the.
Oh, I would hate to be that guy. Oh, come on, don't be that way. You know I didn't mean to do it.
Of course
Yeah.
not. Sabotage is far beyond you.
Well, that guy's apparently British.
Is it just me, or answer your goddamn phone, or hit the snooze alarm or something?
It's like he's moving it near every person so that it wakes them up.
Yep.
That's got to be the most douchiest thing I've ever seen.
Rise and shine, princess.
Hey, I'm not a princess.
Now you did it.
Just call me Titan.
Somebody's watching Tremors out there?
Morning there, buddy.
Like, did they all... I mean, it's nice to see that in the Final Fantasy universe there's still at least one hot topic open.
Yeah.
Not technically up. Not technically having our automobile repaired and heading to Corthus, then? No turning back now, Your Highness. Gotta pay his enormousness a visit.
Who? Jabba?
Ron Jeremy?
Yeah.
Wonder what it's like outside.
I like to think that Ron Jeremy makes everybody refer to him as your enormousness.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yep.
Aren't we lucky?
I don't think you know what that word means.
He walks outside.
Oh, my God. Look at
So
it.
bright.
Ooh, look at all that.
That's pretty.
Yep. That's one pretty chunk of grass and hills and mountain and shit.
Some blue shit in the background.
And now I think I actually skipped over this cutscene before I played a little bit of this. Actually, I played all the way through this earlier, but
Short of the amount due, I'm afraid. We need to think bigger, like Behemoth big.
Hunting down its horns could get us the money if it doesn't get us killed.
Wouldn't worry. We're as good as dead without the car anyway. Might already be lost.
This kid has obviously just never been out of the city before.
Yeah.
And since she's gone to all the trouble of servicing it nearby, we need only concern ourselves with one thing and one thing alone.
The money. Simple enough. We hawk whatever we hunt till we come up with the cash, then fetch the car.
All right.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it looks like that dude on the right is wearing a skirt. I know he's not.
Yeah.
I know he's wearing some kind of like douchey flannel because he thinks it's 1993 or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
he's all punk rock and stuff.
yeah.
He's got like the skull and crossbones and the
That's-
studs on leather
Yeah, that's
and like the plaid thing on his vest.
it's not really very punk rock.
Eh.
Okay, so yeah, this beginning part is very, very slow. But we're going to skip the whole goddamn tutorial, which is good. So yeah, this is really, really interesting, John. Like, it's very interesting the way that it feels when you're playing it, because it's different than... I mean, honestly, the closest thing that I would probably compare it to would be like Kingdom Hearts or Dirge of Cerberus, or like one of the off-brand Final Fantasy games, Crisis Core or something like that.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't play Dirge of Cerberus, but yeah, no, Crisis Core I liked.
So
Wasn't terrible.
yeah, I mean, it's very much. No, I don't want to take your lessons. No, Gladio. So once it like lets me out into the world, I will.
Well, it's not far from here.
Okay, so basically we're in this giant area. We're looking to try to find the behemoth. We're looking to try to find the huge behemoth Deadeye.
Holy shit! Look at those things.
Yep, they're pretty big, and they're in the middle of a lake. I can't even really get at them. But so here you go. Basically,
Okay.
Noctis here, he's the only one that I've controlled so far. And underneath his gauge, you've got a little magic gauge, right?
Yeah.
So by default, you can run up to pretty much anything in the game, and you can hit it with your sword, right?
Okay.
And you can also dodge, or you can't really see it because it's basically you hold down the L1 button and he'll dodge. And when he dodges, it actually takes away MP. And if you run out of MP, then you go into like a stun lock state.
Okay.
But what's really interesting, as far as mechanically speaking goes, is that like this is your opener, right? And see how that sword is different than the sword. Like if I
This
keep,
creature is known as a saber tusk.
okay, we'll fight these guys and you'll totally see what I'm doing.
Extracting game from the safety and comfort of burrows.
That's a bit heartless.
That's a skinny dog. Anyway, so when you hit, it's got this one sword, but then it switches to this other
Yeah.
sword. So the way that your setup with him goes is that he's got different swords, and basically these you assign a different weapon for each thing here. So this is
Okay.
your first attack is this sword. Then all of your just like melees are this sword. When your last hit hits, your big hit, that's this partisan.
Okay.
Counters are if you block a certain heavy attack, then you can do a counter. You can do a parry and riposte.
Okay.
And then you can warp up onto things and like warp back down and attack, and that's what this is.
Oh, nice.
So then each one of these, when you switch them, you can see that they have different effects. Like this one has MP recovery attacks and regeneration. This one has criticals, and each one of them have like a different attack profile. So by default, like as we saw, the Avenger is what I'm using right now to start. But if you were to say switch over to the Zweihander, then your initial assault is this instead.
Oh.
And then in addition to that, you also have a whole bunch of these sub-techniques, which are essentially magic. And it looks like I can't say for sure, but it looks like they're designated by which weapons you have equipped. And so each one of those uses MP to execute, and then you get that back over the course of the fight.
Okay.
Like your very first things that you can do is here we go. Let's get one of these guys. Is you can do a warp strike where you just go bam.
Oh, that was nice.
So that's that, and then we've got like here's my sub one is the Dragoon jump that basically hits in an area. You've got full thrust, which if I can lock onto somebody, this is probably not going to work.
your companions, they are controlled just AI fighting.
They're AI, yeah. They're totally just AI fighters. You've got the Dragoon jump, you've got the Tempest, which is like a spin move, and then you've got the Drain Blade, which basically sucks HP away from the enemy if it hits. Now this is the interesting thing about this is there's enough strategy where that partisan is not the thing to use to start attacking these guys because it's so slow and these guys are so quick that actually swords work a lot better than that. Now if I can't, let's see if I can get... that little thing that came up was an indication that there was going to be an attack that I could block and then parry,
Okay.
which is pretty difficult. And then you basically have this giant area. Anytime that you attack, you collect XP, but you don't actually cash it in until the end of the night when you set up camp. And then when you set up camp, a lot of the materials that you get from these enemies, like from these oxen-ass dudes, you get steaks that you can then make food out of that gives you bonuses the next day after you get done resting. So there's actually seems like there's a fair amount of shit going on in here, which I am enjoying.
Yeah, it looks actually like it looks good.
I mean, it's a little repetitive over time, and it can sometimes get very, very chaotic. Like this guy, somebody just hit him with something that froze him, so I use that full thrust because he's slow enough that, oh no, rub his belly. But
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, they all travel in packs, and then you can see I got hit a little bit. Let's see if I can get him to do a dodge move here. Oh no, this guy's fucking dead. So when you get hit in battle, it makes that little red part go up.
Yeah.
And once it gets all the way to the top, you get into a stun state where you can move, but you can't dodge, you can't block, you can't attack. And then any hits that you take after that basically decrease your the total amount of hit points that you're able to have until you rest again. So, like, if you get all the way down and then somebody hits you a few times, the full amount of bar that you can have when you get out of that fight is lowered until you rest. And I'm gonna skip these guys.
What's that?
That are dragon scales, which are you just sell those. There's a bunch of shit that you sell, and then there's a bunch of stuff. Okay, here's a thing that I can see. Right now, we're just trying to get information about the Behemoth. And I don't know how far we're going to be able to get, because I don't think we're going to be able to get all the way to the point where you kill the Behemoth. But I'm going to try to get to the point where we can see, because those two enemies are like the major enemies out here in the world.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I could probably just roll on the Behemoth and see what I can find. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Go to this one, and that should lead us down. Then we can go to the Chocobo post, and then we can find a Behemoth. We probably won't be able to kill it, but we'll at least be able to fight it.
What do you say we check this out?
Ah,
Whoa,
oh yes.
What's that?
Magitech troops. Soulless Imperial cannon fodder programmed to rip out their own exploding hearts. I don't know why that particular.
Why would they rip out their own hearts?
I don't know. But when you're out here in the wilderness, they will come in and just fuck your shit up. I gotta say, this game is pretty.
Yeah.
Like, they've been working on this shit for a while now.
It shows.
It's not the best looking game I've ever seen in my entire life, but man, it is pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so where's my Tempest? That's what I want. Tempest is a spin attack. Ugh. So that spear right there is like the finisher move that you have. Fuck you.
There you go. Nice blocking. You got to get around the block.
Yeah, let's hit him with the Tempest.
Yeah.
Put him on the
Knock his
ground.
helmet off.
But these guys actually have guns, and they also really like to jump you when you're in the middle of trying to kill wildlife, which sucks.
Yeah, I saw you playing that earlier, and that did suck.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to kill some of the bigger guys. Apparently these guys hit each other all the time in battle because they're a little chatter. They'll say, like, hey, watch where you're swinging it. And they'll be like, oh, sorry. But there's a bunch of different places here where you can actually... Let's see.
Have a look at this.
I'm going to look at this.
Yeah. Usually, okay, well, whenever you see a tower like that, you can actually use your teleport thing to zip up to it.
Okay.
And when you do that, it gets you out of battle and you regenerate hit points and magic points like way faster.
Got my attention. You guys up for it?
Nope.
We better stay on our toes.
So I haven't finished this one yet, but there's like some magicite somewhere out near the lake that you can get. So we're going to go ahead and look for clues. The interesting thing here is that you can, as you see, you can't just run right past combat. The only thing so far is that it's very strange. I don't understand why all these guys are dressed in black.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
Well, they're emo.
Is that what it is?
Little goth emo people.
They're all super gothy emo.
It's the prince is goth emo, and he wants his best friends to kind of look the same. I assume one guy is like his. If you think back in terms of whatever, I think of Dune or whatever, where you have one guy who's kind of his military or fighting instructor, which is the big beefy dude.
Yep.
You have the other guy who's kind of like his his actual scholarly teacher, which is the
British guy.
The British guy.
Yeah.
And then you have the best friend.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very much like it. Because, I mean, as you play, they chatter. And as they chatter, you find, the attacking dude is, like, super stoic and stuff. Guys, stop. We just need to move it along a little bit. And then the kid is all... He's kind of like Shaggy.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of scared of everything. And he's kind of inept at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so we got Deadeye's Trail. I'm going to go ahead and... it's starting to get a little dark. Why don't we go ahead and we can show folks the way the camping system works.
So, where are we staying tonight?
Your mom's house, bro. Oh! Sick burn! Take cover. So there is a take cover button where whenever you're near something, like if you're in battle, right? And you get behind something and you hold this down, it basically makes everything regenerate way faster.
Okay.
And then there's actually a point when you're stalking the Behemoth where you get... you actually use it kind of like a stealth thing.
Okay.
The whole cover thing. I don't know what it is, John, but the little food pictures that they put up here of the food these guys are eating looks better than anything I've ever eaten in my entire life.
That looks good.
That looks really delicious. That doesn't look like
potluck stew.
It doesn't look like a stew at all. Look, it's got like salmon and mushrooms. And I find it really bizarre that whenever you do this, sometimes the camera angle will show you that they're sitting in like Coleman brand camping chairs.
Coleman brand.
Coleman.
The brand you trust.
For when you need to hunt a behemoth. So here you go. You're at a campsite. Boom, everybody levels up.
Everyone gets their XP. Nicely done.
It says no new techniques are available in the demo. And then depending on these bonuses that you get are based on like when we killed those cow things, we got materials. You can you can get like meat from them and then like vegetables from picking up off the ground and stuff that all give you bonuses. So let's see if I can't. Oh, God damn it. I'm in the middle of combat now.
Where are you?
There we go. There's a whoop.
Oh.
Now you can target stuff down on the ground. And
there you go.
Bam! Take them out. Still haven't managed to do one of those parries yet. Need to get over to where those goblins are. But yeah, it's interesting because it's very interactive. Like I said, it's one of those. Square Enix actually has done this a lot over the years, where they have like weird one-off games that are actually like kind of more action based. And this one definitely seems to fall into that category of more of an action-based game.
Here's the thing. I haven't really been interested with a Final Fantasy game since I want to say 10.
Yeah.
And this actually seems interesting to me. What little I've seen of it.
See, I got a heal there from one of my bros.
Oh, nice. Plus, I feel like RPGs don't have enough stories about, four bros going out and just
hanging out, man.
Just having an adventure.
Just doing whatever. It's the weekend. We got finals next week. Let's go on a road trip, bro.
I mean, you were kind of talking about it earlier, like the aesthetic.
Oh, here we go. So there's a parry.
Nice.
And then we get to react. So those are actually really powerful. It's just you gotta get into a weird. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Rhythm. No. You gotta get into a weird rhythm to do it.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't happen. They'll still hit you with normal attacks. It's only like their heavy attacks that allow you to parry.
Yeah.
And dodging is so weird because it pulls from the same, like defense pulls from the same pool of mana that like attacking, like heavy attacks do. So
yeah,
it's kind of a bizarre trade-off. And I can see how this. I mean, they've been showing this off for a while. I have to assume this is very early in the storyline.
Yeah.
That as it goes on, it's going to get all kinds of different sorts of crazy.
Just tired count.
And that they're going to add a bunch more things.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm going to go to the Chocobo outpost. and then see if we can't track down that behemoth.
Okay.
The only thing so far that I don't like about this is the fact that you've got a dash, right?
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of shit. It's all over the place. You've got a dash, but the dash runs out, and then your character stops and has to go, oh, man, ooh, fuck.
All right.
And then you can do it again. Yeah. And for such a large area, like we've kind of worked our way from the one side to the other. I wish that there was. I mean, I'm sure that later on you're going to get chocobos, right? Because I've totally seen them already in the game. There's chocobos here. They're running around doing their chocobo thing.
I would also assume as you level up, that dash takes longer to wear them out.
I don't know. I couldn't tell because there isn't a meter, so I don't know. Because I mean, I've leveled up. Like the amount that we leveled up, I've leveled up like level 23 or 24 or something. I love the fact that like whatever the world they've created for this game, it's like, look, a chocobo ranch, right? Look, an RV.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? Like,
well, it's like we were talking a little bit before we started recording. Like the aesthetic for this is kind of almost like, what if the previous Final Fantasy games were medieval times compared to our timeline?
Right.
And that this is present day, and this is what present day would look like if that's how the world was.
I think that Chocobo Ride is a euphemism. I think he's offering something else entirely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here you can buy and sell your shit. I mean, just a store. None of these stores seem to have weapons or anything at the moment. What I do like is the fact that, like, here's their Gissel greens or whatever.
Yeah.
They look like Doritos bags. Like this looks like the checkout from, like, a Subway or something.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, it's not it's an interesting aesthetic, and I kind of like the look of it. I kind of like that where it looks a little bit more, maybe not present day, maybe it's a little futuristic. I don't know.
I think it's. I mean, it's a weird amalgam. Like, look at this car. This is
also a little bit of retro to it as well.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting.
It's a weird mix.
Yeah.
It's a very strange mix of things.
But it's not like pure fantasy, which I know there are some people who like look at fantasy games like Final Fantasy and just kind of go, oh, I can't do it,
right?
Because it's just so different that it's just like fantasy turns me off.
Yeah,
I'm not one of those people, but I know people who are like that, and like I'm watching this and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally. I like the aesthetic.
It's an interesting amalgam, and it's one that I haven't seen before. I mean, I feel like that Square Enix has been wallowing in their weird magic future tech thing for a while now through a lot of different genres. And I'm glad that this one is strangely modern. There are airships. I mean, just the setup, right?
Yeah.
There's totally airships full of magic tech troops coming down from the sky. But our primary focus at this point is trying to get money to get our car fixed.
Yeah.
So, that's a really interesting thing. I'm going to go ahead and switch these up so people can see some different stuff. I'm going to start with the Partisan, and then we'll go into the Zweihander and finish with the blood sword. That'll give people
that works.
A little different. I usually keep the blood sword on standby because it's like it regenerates your magic way faster.
Ah.
So there's 6 different sites that have Behemoth remnants. Oh.
Did you just find it?
I picked up 3 of them, and so it's triggered. Like, hey, wait a minute, what's all that about?
I hope it can't smell my fear.
See, he's like Shaggy. He's like, zoinks. Oh, I don't think we should go in there, Scoob. So let's see if we can't find
all right.
this. I don't want to do that right now.
You don't want to fight the dogs? Or the
wild.
they're
they're here forever. I mean, they're just going to keep coming. See, this is definitely the wrong setup for these guys because it's slow. They're not the worst, but
yeah.
But we got to move the show along.
We got to find an entrance.
We got to see the Behemoth, and then we got to go talk to the skankiest auto mechanic in the world.
I don't know if she's skankiest.
The most scantily dressed auto mechanic in the world.
She's the the Japanese equivalent of Daisy Duke.
Okay. Yep. All right, we'll go with that instead.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Oh, it's that smoke monster from Lost, isn't it?
Oh, shit.
Grant's going to be pissed that I didn't invite him to
man.
play.
If John Locke shows up, we're out. I'm sorry.
Who put up this permanent sign? There's a behemoth in the area. You guys have robots that are dropping out of airships. Just shoot it in the face already.
Some people aren't powerful enough to shoot it. So
Okay, all right.
Just putting a thing out there to say, hey,
Sometimes
don't.
I wonder if we'll ever sit inside that
You know what? Can I?
beautiful car again.
Sitting.
What are you doing?
Try and turn on subtitles,
Oh.
just in case we yap too much over. Show. There we go.
Most of the day was pretty nice.
Napping was even better.
Okay, there we go.
Tiny feathers. Let's see. Which way are we going? Up here.
All right.
So yeah,
Uh-oh. More of those guys.
dogs. Shit.
Ah.
Yeah, that was my fault. Yeah, they really did a number on me. Yeah, I guess I was like way more powerful the last time I came into this area.
Probably.
I think I could handle this all by myself.
See, those guys just like dance around my frickin' strikes. But here we go. Tempest. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it did all right.
But I like the idea of having enemies that are more conducive to being hit with certain weapons as opposed to others to
Yeah,
keep you having to change it up and keep it on your toes. Keep you on your
Yeah.
toes. Actually, I'm going to go ahead. Speaking of that, I'm going to go ahead and switch this back to the way it was by default because
Might be for the best.
yeah. This is Y-hander is negate.
Was usually
enemy.
your bottom one.
Yeah. Just go with this. Ought to be fine. Sounds like I start with a sword.
There you go.
These guys are just real slippery. They
Yeah,
like to
they're-
jump out of the
they're-
way.
They're dodgy.
Nice. Whoop! Bam.
Oh,
I'm
there you go.
not a huge fan, John. I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I'm not a huge fan of when of the simulated chatter of battle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess it's just because, like, I don't know. Maybe Square
Well-
will do the right thing, but like in my opinion, it's only a matter of time before you've heard it all, and then they start repeating themselves. At which point,
Yeah.
it starts to become more of an immersion breaker than adding to immersion, which is what I think they want it to do
Yeah.
initially.
I can agree with that. I mean, I there are games I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I mean, when it's done well,
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah.
When it's done terribly, it gets really annoying. So I mean, it just kind of depends on
Up here.
whether or not they can do it well.
Yeah.
But then again, for most games, it's like what, an 8-9 hour game,
right.
maybe 10 hours, and you don't get any stuff repeated. But Final Fantasy games are like what, like 20-30 hours.
If you're lucky, if you don't do any of the side quests.
Yeah. It's like if you're lucky. So I mean, they better have a lot of dialogue for that.
Yeah. Plus, I guess for right now, it's kind of bizarre just because I don't know these characters, right? So
Yeah.
it's like I don't really care what they have to say.
Well, sometimes that's how you also get to learn how.
I really like this part, though, by the way. Is it?
All right. I'm backing up.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Cool.
We all get to go. Sweet.
Yeah.
Be very quiet. It's gonna hear us.
Did you play Final Fantasy 13?
A little bit, not too much.
Yeah.
I didn't really, like I said, it wasn't really my thing.
Yeah.
Like for whatever reason, like the Final Fantasy games haven't really been doing anything for me.
Stupid Behemoth. I know they've had other games that kind of had like larger Final Fantasy characters. Like 13 had them in relation to kind of your character running around, but
Yeah.
for whatever reason, this game seems to be making a real effort to really make you feel how big this motherfucker is, as opposed to in previous games. All right.
Very slowly walk by it.
I want one.
Yeah.
I want a Behemoth.
Yeah.
I don't know where I keep them.
No, your place is too small.
Yeah. What time are we at over there, by the way? Out of time, essentially. His breath smells terrible.
It smells like, strangely enough, Doritos flavored Mountain Dew.
What? How is that even possible? Wait, is there such a thing as Doritos flavored Mountain Dew?
Yeah, I think it was a product testing thing.
Ugh.
One of those where they did like an experimental.
You know what, John? I've never really gotten sufficiently tired of the taste of all the chips that existed when I was a child to really feel like I need the number of exotic chip varieties that they seem to have out there these days, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty much still good with potato chips. I still like them.
I like potato chips, but I kind of also like my jalapeno flavor, my what is it? The various like spicy habanero or whatever you want to call it.
Sure. I'm going to see if I can't run by these guys, just since we're already at time and I want to kind of get past the next part.
Well, you did it.
Yeah, I guess it's like, but like what Lay's, I guess, keeps having that like, it's cappuccino flavored. It's
Oh, God.
wasabi rutabaga flavored. And I'm like,
No.
here's new Doritos Taco Bell flavored, right? Or Whataburger flavored, or like
No.
triple sour cream and shoe flavored or whatever. I don't know what Doritos have been doing. So this is actually a really interesting part because we have to track the behemoth back to its lair through the fog without getting close to it.
Oh, okay.
If we get too close to it, it just is an instantaneous game over.
Because
so
it sees you and attacks you and kills you.
it doesn't actually attack us. It just kind of says game over. So in this one, like I said, you use the cover as a stealth technique. The only problem that I have with this is that I failed it at one point because it got a little bit too aggressive.
Okay.
And
It's like I was worried you actually got too close.
no, that's the thing, is that little red bar comes up, and when it gets all the way across, then it'll fail you. And when it fails you, you go back to the beginning. You go back to jumping over that fence. And this takes a few minutes. So I'm going to let this, I mean, if you're all right, I'm going to let this
cool
run a
with
little
it.
bit longer.
I think it's kind of cool. Like I like the fact that they're doing little things to kind of break it up a little bit, break up the gameplay. I'm all.
It kind
for
of reminds
that.
me of like The Witcher a little bit, of
Yeah?
kind of like stalking creatures and learning about them. And in this case, nope.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
But yeah, I don't understand. Like Cheetos, cool Cheetos. Like never gotten tired of Cheetos. I'm 36 years old, and
You don't like the flaming hot variety?
I'm not really a big super spicy chip kind of guy.
Okay.
I kind of prefer my chips salty, not spicy.
See, I like spicy flavors.
Which, I mean, hey, great, wonderful. I think that's wonderful that those variants exist. It's just that the last time I walked down the chip aisle in my store, I'm just like, why are there this many different chips in the world?
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
really, I just need outside of the standard chip flavor.
Right.
I really only need like 3, maybe 4 other flavors.
I mean, I remember when it was like sour cream and onion and barbecue and regular, and that's it. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. And I don't really know any. Well, I guess I know some people. I was gonna say,
I need some type of cheddar.
Yeah.
I don't care if you want to put something with the cheddar, but I need some type of cheddar. That's a flavor I like.
right?
I need some type of spicy flavor.
Yeah,
Those I'm totally get behind. And then sour cream and onion.
right.
You know, literally, that's all you need.
I just want them to bring back tater skins. Have they yet?
I don't know.
That was my favorite chip of all time, and then they just discontinued the shit out of them. It's good. I'm glad. People get. Remember when remember when they retired or they canceled? Nope. Twinkies.
Oh, yeah. Well, the company went out of business.
Right. And everybody was like super just like, no. And I kept asking my friends, I was like, how many Twinkies have you bought in the last year? They'd be like, none. How many of the year before that? They'd be like, none. Like, when was the last time you had Twinkies? Like, I think I had one like 2 years ago, and it was like, great.
You never asked me because I would have answered like 3
All the time.
boxes. Like I used to buy Twinkies all the time. Like not all the time, but I buy them every now and then.
Right. But if they ever discontinued like Funyuns, I guess I would be a little sad. I would feel the need to go out and buy some Funyuns.
Yeah, I can see that. I haven't eaten Funyuns in a while.
Funyuns are great. See, Funyuns are great because they've never they added one new flavor like 4 years ago, the wasabi Funyuns.
Oh,
But they've never been like, loaded baked potato brand Funyuns because it's just like this super oniony chip. I got a lot of respect for the Funyun. They've never tried to whore out the Funyuns with other flavors. Here's black Arabican coffee flavored Funyuns. It's like, no, they know which side of the onion their bread is buttered on.
The fun side.
The fun side, obviously. Tiny feathers. All right, there he goes. All right.
You have discovered Deadeye's lair.
So we got to sneak in. And boop. So, I mean, we could totally be out, like, I just want to let people know that I'm, like, mainlining kind of the quest here, right?
Yeah. There's totally a bunch of other stuff you can
run around out in the world. There's stuff to pick up, and there's, like, you can fight. There's only really a few different types of enemies out in the overworld. You've got, like I said, the oxen, the dogs, and then the soldiers are pretty much all that's there. Hey, how the hell did you guys get ahead of me?
All in a day's work.
How the... well, at least got to a checkpoint.
Yep. Ugh, so foggy. Oh, yeah, you can't run here.
You're trying to run?
Yeah. It's like, go, dude.
Why does it do that? I always hate that when the games do that.
When games won't let you run?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, the Order 1886.
Yeah, I know. That's actually what I was thinking of. I was like, Order 1886. God damn it.
With your no walking.
Because I'm playing that right now.
Yep. You haven't beat it yet?
Well, no, because I only play it like maybe an hour or two at a time.
Okay.
And I've only played it like twice so far, so I'm maybe halfway
through the game. So you're about 75% of the way through.
Yeah, I was like, I'm about halfway through the game.
All right, so somehow he can, like, read lips, because these guys can totally kind of, like, non-verbally communicate with each other.
Okay, I get it.
But so basically, we've got a plan to kill this behemoth.
Head to the ruins.
Got a giant tank of gas that somebody just left here.
Yeah?
And he's going to fire in the gas tank to blow it up. That's
he's
step 4.
Obviously,
Gladio.
Step 3 is this guy's going to hit him in his weak spot.
Okay.
His blind spot.
All right.
Gotcha.
And then I forget what step we're on. This guy's going to signal them when it's time to do the thing. And it's our job to get its attention and lead it over into the trap.
Hey, Behemoth.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yep.
Yeah, by all means.
All right, here we go. Hey, Behemoth!
Your mother wears high-heeled shoes.
That's right. Oh, snap.
You got a rip in your couch.
Oh, snap.
Come and get me.
I don't know if those are actually good insults or anything.
I don't either. Here it comes. Hi-yah!
Going for it.
Boom.
Oh.
There you go. And then stab it. Stab it. Stab the shit out of it.
Did you kill it? Nice.
Oh, yeah. Woo! We got some real chemistry here.
That's what I call.
Didn't I turn subtitles on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Oh, nope. That didn't work. Ouch.
Oh, hit you with the tail.
Barb. So we're going to
Got
GT.
some epic music too here.
Yeah. At this point, we're going to GT the FO. But, so you can beat this behemoth in about, 2 or 3 different ways?
Yeah.
I mean, you can go out, like, right now, we should not just be, like, hanging out here. This is garbage. We can't beat him just by fighting him. We could go out there and level up. God damn it. Fuck off, dead balls or whatever your name is.
Nice teleport.
We can go out, we can level up, we can get more powerful and come back and fight them that way. It's a grindingly long battle if you do that. There's also a summon that you can get access to that lets you finish it. John saw it.
Yeah.
It is pretty epic. And
Present and accounted
but it's weird because the way that you activate, I wonder if it's going to be context specific for each summon, because the way that you activate that summon is you have to get your health all the way down, and then then you're able to hit the X button and summon the Ramu or whatever.
Yeah.
But it takes a while to get your health all the way down. Okay, I'm going to go, and so we're going to go up to the Chocobo Post, see some Daisy Dukes. Okay, no, that's south. That's a ways away.
I thought you go to the gas station.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's still a ways away, but we're just going to head on up over there, and then we'll be done. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it at least seems like...
Yeah.
I always feel that in the video, like when you, it just must be the worst to be a video game developer,
Yeah.
John, because it's like, what, people have been complaining that if you just make a traditional Final Fantasy game, like you just try to do something like 10 and redo some of the combat mechanics to streamline them, but kind of stay faithful to the original ideas of you hit, I hit, you hit, I hit.
Yeah.
Everybody complains.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's too old. You know,
Well, no,
there's
it's like
no innovation.
50% of people complain.
Yeah.
And if you try something crazy and new, like the macro system in 12 or 13's tactical system, well, then the other half of people complain.
Yeah.
Because they're like, but I just want to play a regular Final Fantasy game. So for Square Enix, it must just be terrible. I do say I see a lot of promise in this. It's dynamic. It's exciting. It's more technical than like Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Just in the customization that you can do on your guy. I hope that they allow you to buy different outfits. That's the
You really want them to change the outfits.
I really want to change their clothes. I don't need it to be Barbie's Dress Up Horse Adventure Explosion or whatever that is.
So you want it to be like what was it, X2 or whatever?
I want it to be like fucking what was that one that we played where you're in the tower? It's the post-apocalyptic one where the people running a line. We played it on a previous super awesome video game show.
Victor Vran?
No, it was an old PS3 360 game. Resonance of Fate.
Resonance of Fate.
You know, Resonance of Fate just went bananas with the amount of
Let's clean them up quick.
with the amount of customization that you could do.
Okay.
And that's what I want. I just want to be able to take these guys, and if I want to dress them all up like juggalos, so be it.
That's weird.
Hey.
Let's go grab something that sticks to your ribs.
Nutrition, gentlemen.
Nu-
His Highness could certainly do with some green in his diet.
We'll see about that.
First,
Okay.
let's see if we can score some spicy food.
Oh, hey.
How goes it, Cindy?
And here's Cindy, our mechanic.
Good to see y'all.
Any luck with the car?
Don't need luck when you got skill. She's all.
Is it
Man.
weird? I feel really weird, John, about this weird, like, Square Enix's version of the South they've got going on here.
Yeah.
Where all the stuff that's around here, it's like a truck stop
Yeah.
diner, and all the people here have Southern accents, and they're like, get some lotto tickets, and let's drink some 40. I don't know what they do in the South.
Nothing less than the best.
It's just weird. It's
Yeah.
very strange to me. Like, I'm used to
One way to do it,
much more ambiguous
all things considered, you're getting a steal.
characterization. Like, you don't see the Deep South represented in a Final Fantasy game.
Save that for Pop.
Very
That
often.
often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're colorful.
Yep.
That's one thing I can say about the South is they got some color.
Yep. I mean, look at that. Like, look at that pickup truck over there. Is there ever even been a pickup truck in a Final Fantasy game, let alone like a busted down old one that
Yeah.
somebody's like nailed some shit to the back
7.
of? Oh yeah, I guess they leave. But it was like some kind of futuristic looking one.
I mean, it was little. I mean, it kind of looked like that. I mean,
Okay. Have you ever seen a shitty convenience store?
Yeah, okay, I'll give you this one.
I mean, I've been in this convenience store, John. I've stopped here on the way to Arkansas to get gas, right?
Yeah.
Except that this one has, like, potions.
Yeah.
Like, literally Final Fantasy potions. But then it's also got, like, I don't
Cheetos
know,
and-
laundry detergent.
Yeah. Soap.
yeah.
Homemade soap.
So, I don't know, to get any further, and newspapers and metal fans and all kinds of weird shit. And look, when was the last time you saw any video
I
game
will
that
admit-
had the white plastic
Yeah,
chairs?
I
in
will
it?
admit the white plastic chairs are a new one for Final Fantasy.
They don't come up in most video games ever. Or like this cooler that, yeah. Anyway, this has been the Super Awesome Video Game Show. This has been Final Fantasy 15. What was this? Episode Duscae.
Duscae.
Duscae. Here, listen to this guy.
Car you got there. Fine lady you got fixing it too. Glad you
And even the soundtrack. Even what am I listening to? Like some kind of weird
Country blues.
Yeah, I don't understand. Anyway, I think this is interesting. I can't wait when the full one comes out to kind of get my hands on it.
I'm kind of excited about that too.
It seems interesting. So as always, folks, let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you've got, I think this might be the last day to vote for us for the Podcast Awards, if you feel like it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it now. Go to Podcast Awards. All the rest I'm going to just skip over. But yeah, again, if you guys have early access things or demos or things that you'd be interested in seeing, always let us know in the comments because we're always looking for stuff to play on the show. And
I do read all that stuff.
Yeah, and we do read all the comments. So this has been Final Fantasy 13 or 15, and it's getting dark out here. So we're going to pack it in, but we'll see you next week.